Welcome to today's vlog on the 2020 Mahindra Thar. So we have the diesel manual variant with us here today. So let me take you for a quick walk around and I'll explain all the bits to you, and then we'll go on to the on-road and the partially off-road test race that you've done. Welcome to today's vlog and welcome back to Ken on Wheels. So even before we get into the video, a big shout out to Zuleka Motors for making this happen. So Chennai peeps, if you own a Mahindra or if you ever want to buy a Mahindra, you know where to go. Zuleka Motors, don't forget. And moving on to the walk around, the front reminds us a lot of the Jeep Wrangler. We have vertically slacked grille here, regular halogen bulbs, we have LED DRLs here, housed together with the indicators, fog lamps to accompany, and a nice gunmetal finished Fox skid plate. Moving on to the side, we have 18-inch alloy wheels accompanied with 303mm disc brakes up front. We have Thar badging here, some Thar logo here. Moving behind, we have 280mm drum brakes at the behind, and the spare wheel mounted on the boot looks really cool. Partially LED tail lamps with regular halogen indicators and reverse lamps. So boot space, probably keep 2 of your backpacks for a weekend, but not gonna last for a longer holiday. Although if you're only 2 people gonna sit inside, the 50-50 function of the rear split seats will definitely help. Now let's get back inside. Close this, close the boot. Now up here on the left side, you have the M-Hawk 130 badging. Yes, that's the 2.2 liter diesel engine powering the Thar, which produces 130 horsepower as mentioned there and a whopping 300 Newton meters of torque. Now let's get inside. So as we get inside, let me show you how this works. So this knob over here pushes the seat back and then regularly slide it back. So if you're going to get in, slide the seat fully up front, pull this knob over here, and the seat tumbles up totally forward. Now, as getting in, as you just saw, getting in might be a bit tough, especially for the taller dudes. But then, you gotta remember, this is a driver-oriented car. Back seat is pretty comfortable compared to the older Thar, which had very bad back seats. Back support is okay-ish. Under thigh support is fine. You get adjustable headrests, which is good. You have grab rails here mounted onto the roll bar, which is actually very well incorporated. Speakers here, you get 4 speakers all around the car and 2 tweeters. LED lights in the middle. Now, moving on to the driver's seat. You get this footboard here, pretty useful. Get in, ample knee room. Under thigh support is pretty fine. The best of all, the lumbar support really holds you in place. Now, gear levers all slick and neat. The 4-wheel drive controls. Handbrake is the old-fashioned ones. You get twin cup holders here. The power window switches are here. I know why, but probably in off-roading point of view, that might be useful. And if you're going to be removing your doors when you're going to be off-roading, that's when you don't have to mess with electricals there. So, onto the center console. We have a 17.9cm touchscreen which houses the tire pressure monitoring system as well as navigation data. Now, so is what Mahindra calls their adventure statistics, which really looks cool. It has a G-force monitor, yeah, that is quite interesting. It has a compass and it shows the power and torque produced by the engine. So as you rev, it shows how much power is generated. Cool feature, Mahindra. Now, audio quality is pretty decent. Really decent for a off-roader, like nothing to complain about it. Now, AC is pretty well, although as you increase the fan speed, it gets really loud, and I'm literally screaming over here. But then you really don't need to go above 2 or 3 because it's more than good. Cool aeroplane style switches here. We have 2 USB mounts and 1 aux cord here and a 12 volts charging socket. The steering wheel, it has all the bells and whistles that your sedan has. It has audio controls right here. It has cruise control options here. So everything is set. The new Thar has it all. Now, moving on to the instrument cluster, we have a really sweet old school analog meter here. Thank God Mahindra didn't mess that up with a fully digital one. And the best part is, wait for it, the animation and the way this thing lights up when you start up the car. Very cool. Simple, but yet Mahindra has thought to the minute detail on that. Really cool feature. So we have the ESP off button here. This is to activate and deactivate the hill descent control, and these are the controls for your multi-information display in the instrument cluster, and this is the headlight level adjuster. Now, opening up the hood, you have 2 really cool outdoor clips over here, and then you just have to lift this bad boy up, and not pretty heavy, but yeah. And this is the mighty 2.2 liter M-Hawk engine, producing 130 horsepower and a whopping 300 Newton meters of torque. So yeah, engine bay is a bit dirty, and yeah, the man who does all the work, there's Mr. Turbo. Oh, it's hot. And yeah, it's pretty hot in here. We've been riding for almost an hour now, so not bad. The engine bay isn't cramped up as such, pretty much well spaced, although it misses out on insulation on the hood. Anyway, you don't feel any of the vibrations inside, but still it would have been better if it had some insulation. So up to the captain seat in the front, you have a chunky and pretty strong grab rail. You have grab rails on the side too. You do have a sun visor and you have a mirror too. Not bad. And that's it for the interiors. Let's get driving. We are now on the road, and yeah, bad roads and bad roads. This thing was made for bad roads. Like seriously, for the way Chennai roads are right now, every one of us should be riding on a Thar, I swear. Although I feel the gearbox could have been a bit better. Clutch is absolutely fine. Brakes also no problem then. And small car, so like it throws you around. Apart from that, no problems whatsoever. She just glides. So, highway point of view, thumbs up. Even though the braking seems fine, a small part of me says it would have been better if it had come equipped with rear disc brakes. But anyway, shouldn't be nitpicking too much because Mahindra has given us a beautiful, beautiful product. Way more refined, way more comfortable, redefining what a SUV can do. Driving in the traffic is when you really, really feel how wide this car is, and you kind of get annoyed for our city's traffic because you have bikewalas and auto rickshawalas just bombing you from everywhere. So that is something you really need to get used to, and is a bit annoying. Now, coming to the safety features, you have dual airbags and ABS as standard, and on the higher variant you get ESP with rollover mitigation, which is pretty good. So in case you're going to go hardcore off-roading, that's going to help. The stance is truly majestic. Like, look at it. You can literally see the whole roof line of the Dzire up front. And the Verna seems so small. And here is the king. Just look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. You can do all this only in the car. Only in the car. One half of the car is on bad road and the other half is on good roads. And the vibrations don't travel from that side to this side. Very nice. I like it. So this is the only partial off-road track that we got to test the car in. Well, you can see how well it takes the smaller bumps. This is a big problem. Glides through smaller potholes. Sadly, this was all the off-roading that we could do. Anyways, concluding the video, should you buy one? Well, if you're an off-road fanatic, definitely yes. Or if you're going to use it as a secondary car, like for the weekends and beach runs, then it's probably worth your hard-earned money. So, thanks for watching. Ciao.